How many dinosaur puns do you reckon we can get into this episode?
I can honestly tell you I'm not very good at puns, so...
No?
No. Have a rawsome time.
Hello, I am Sam.
And I'm Ian.
And we welcome you back to episode 8 of the Deep Dive 5, a show where we dive into 5 topics regarding the career of a filmmaker and their latest film or TV show. The crumbling Jurassic Park or World franchise has a new film coming out which stars Scarlett Johansson, who will be in the spotlight in today's episode. Jurassic World Rebirth.
Is that the name of it? Rebirth?
Yes.
Wow.
I hope it is. Jurassic World Rebirth has its worldwide release on the 2nd of July and has Johansson leading the movie. The film is the 7th film in the series. Ian, are you a fan of the Jurassic World era films? And can Johansson help steer the franchise back to acclaim?
I mean, these will be questions that we ultimately answer throughout this podcast.
It is called Rebirth, I've just confirmed.
It is called Rebirth.
Yes.
I would say, to answer your first point, am I a fan of Jurassic World movies? No. Have a slight soft spot for the first one.
Yes.
I thought that was fun.
Dumb fun.
Dumb fun, and that's the best way to kind of describe it. The rest have been utter crap.
Yes.
And
Fallen Kingdom and Dominion.
Yep. And that's actually on a sliding scale of crap. Like, I genuinely didn't think you could get worse than Fallen Kingdom. And then we had Dominion, which was frightening.
Very intriguingly followed the same pattern as the sequel Star Wars trilogy. First one came out, everyone was quite excited for it, felt quite nostalgic, felt quite familiar, and then the moment they tried to go in their own direction, it just got so convoluted and ridiculous. And
yeah. I think they end up with Colin Trevorrow, I think, was linked to a lot of it after World.
Well, he's essentially the... would you call him the George Lucas of the Jurassic World trilogy? Because he directed the first and third and wrote the second and wrote all of them. So he's kind of
but
the
after he
brainchild
did
of it.
World, he did Book of Henry, and everyone went, "Oh no," because that was such a disaster.
Yeah, he got thrown off the final Star Wars sequel because of that.
Because of that.
Yes.
And then everyone went, "Oh no, he's actually helmed all of the Jurassic Park movies after this, or Jurassic World movies after this." And I thought that was an error, because I don't know. I mean, I think they tend to do this. They tend to bring in like for franchise movies. Studios seem to bring in like the up and coming talent.
Yes.
That have got like a bit of a name for themselves on the indie scene. They've kind of had like a small scale movie do quite well, or it's created debate or anything like that. And then they're just handed the keys to franchises, and you're like, really?
John
I mean,
Watts
I know like
with Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, for as much as you criticise him, what Abrams did with the first Star Wars, for instance, I thought was interesting. The first Star Wars sequel. But for me at that point, where that failed miserably, was that whole idea of they didn't know where to take it from the first one. It was almost like J.J. Abrams was like, well, I'll reboot it and I'll remake A New Hope. And then I won't know what to do. Whereas Colin Trevorrow came on, kind of did, not like a similar thing, because, I mean, but it is essentially just Jurassic Park.
It follows kind of all the beats of Jurassic Park 1.
Like,
but
it does a very similar thing.
Has visitors instead of its like tests.
Yeah, so actually I could probably see what you're saying actually about it following that trajectory. But I think for me, that's also where I don't like what World has done compared to, say, bringing someone like J.J. Abrams on, who has a lot of background in helming large productions that have lasted a long time. You just got to look at something like Lost. Okay, fair enough, it's TV over movies, but it's quite... The mechanics of kind of moving a big franchise like that, kind of, you can see Abrams being able to kind of deal with it a little bit better. Whether or not he could actually give the time to a project like that is something entirely different.
Yes.
But where that is kind of different to, say, what Trevorrow was doing here with World, is it almost feels like complete inexperience. Someone coming in with the hubris of being like, yeah, I can do this. Only having really done things like, was it... Thank you for not smoking, or some safety not guaranteed. That was it, that was kind of
that was it,
right?
Yeah.
Like, And you're like, you want that guy
Well,
to do a Jurassic Park movie?
He almost announced himself as like a Tesco valued Spielberg. That was like his thing.
Ugh.
And that didn't last very long. But I mean, Dominion came out in 2022 and it made $1 billion, as all the Jurassic World films did. But the critical reception was very poor. I don't think anyone was really demanding a new Jurassic World film. But the one thing I will say, I do think that Universal, who made the film, are trying their best to steer clear of the Trevorrow era. The crew behind the film is quite interesting. So you've got Gareth Edwards, who directed the Godzilla reboot in 2014, which I think is very underrated. And he also directed Rogue One, the Star Wars film. And you've also got David Coep coming back to write the scripts. He adapted the first 2 screenplays in the Jurassic Park franchise with the original Jurassic Park film and The Lost World. And then you've also got a fairly stellar cast with Scarlett Johansson, who we'll talk about quite deeply.
So, would you... I mean, I don't know if this is a controversial thing, because I suppose in Jurassic World, I really liked... Chris Pratt was a really good casting in that. I thought for that kind of...
Great time.
Like a Harrison Ford type rogue, like basically animal wrangler. That was cool. I really liked Bryce Dallas Howard. I'm a big fan of her anyway. I like the fact that clearly she's kind of been influenced a little bit by her dad in terms of acting legend
Ron Howard.
There we go. And I think what I mean by kind of clearly influenced is just she's kind of got that drive to do different things. And World was really interesting because up until that point she'd just kind of done bit parts here and there. And
she's a very good director.
She's a great director, and she's done like really weird stuff. Like
the problem with the Jurassic World characters is that they are completely disposable after the first film. They have no idea what to do with them.
No, they had no point.
Yeah,
but again, that is if you are making a Jurassic Park movie, you understand that your characters are disposable.
I mean,
because
fundamentally,
the film is not really about the film is about survival in that world. You don't really need much more than that. So if you want those characters, you put them in different scenarios. So you don't just... The weird thing for me was World was, let's take a bunch of characters and we'll put them back into the theme park. So the next step is then let's take those characters and put them in, so like a town or a city that's then overgrown. Not let's take them to Bram Stoker's Dracula mansion and put raptors on the roof of it because of this weird underground
Indoraptor.
And let's...
I will say
the whole inventing of dinosaurs is another thing entirely. When you actually genuinely look at like the landscape of dinosaurs that are available to kill you, you don't need to invent one. Like you really don't.
Yeah, but people get bored. That was the thing in Jurassic World. People are bored after 10 years. Of
I don't know how you can get bored of raptors. The first
people aren't bored of elephants.
That's true.
Or crocodiles.
That's true.
How can people get possibly?
You haven't put a laser head on a shark's head yet.
Yeah.
They got laser beams attached to their heads.
Is that Goldmember?
No, it's just Austin Powers in general.
Oh, sorry. So, I mean, my pretentious hot take, which I think we should introduce to like the episodes, just to like put a bit of comedic spin on it. Even though this isn't really a comedic spin at all, it is just a hot take. But Jurassic Park isn't even like the concept of Jurassic Park isn't really about dinosaurs killing people. It's about human beings should not mess around with things that they cannot control and allow nature to take its course and don't bring things back. And every film since Jurassic Park 1 has completely ignored this message for the sake of making money and dinosaurs and stuff like that.
Well, I'll tell you what, before we get into that, because I do agree, the casting, just to take us back to the casting before we go crazy on it.
It's got a really good cast, this film.
I actually think this might be some of the most confident casting I've seen in a Jurassic Park movie for some time. Like even though I started by saying I actually quite liked the idea of putting a little bit of Chris Pratt in it, Bryce Dallas Howard, and then was it Imran Khan?
Yes.
Yeah, he was in it, and
he's the best part of Jurassic World 1.
Yeah, there's so many different parts. Yeah, because it's the only part. If we're going to talk about like the story and the themes of it, that's a really good part of it. And actually, it's the only part of it that you legitimately, you as an audience, can kind of get connected to. But going back to that casting, I really like the cast of this.
Yeah.
Like even in the trailer, I was like, I'm actually intrigued by you guys. Like Scarlett Johansson's obviously got quite a lot of pedigree. She's used to action movies. She's got franchise behind her. But then you've got like quite a lot of British guys in here.
Rupert Friend, Jonathan Bailey.
Jonathan
who's just
Bailey.
hot off Wicked 1 and obviously Wicked 2 is coming out.
Yeah.
Mahershala Ali, who, I mean, did he win back-to-back Oscars after Moonlight and Green Book?
Yeah.
And I feel like he has done nothing since, because he's obviously
He's supposed to
been
be in Blade, and that has just been delayed inevitably.
Yeah.
And he must be sitting there going, is anyone going to give me a job?
But yeah, it's got... the film's got a lot going for it.
It has got Ed Skrein in it, though.
I don't know who that is. Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Anyway. I mean, he's okay. That's probably a bit harsh.
I genuinely think, actually, to be fair to him, Ed Skrein has got better. His turn as the villain in Deadpool 1, I thought was really good.
That was good. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really good. And actually, he was in something, I think he was in something like Kill Your Friends. I remember his career started because he was in the Transporter reboot. Do you remember that? He came into that and that was not good. I remember seeing that and just thinking, oh, this is awful. Like, this is this is like real. This isn't even B movie. This is like C movie. Like, this is not great. But his trajectory's gone quite well. I think he was in Kill Your Friends. I think that was with Nicholas Hoult. I think he was in that. I'm probably horribly wrong. But he's just been in a couple of stuff where I've gone, yeah, all right. I quite like you're growing on me. Like,
Yeah.
He's kind of got...
Do you think that he will bring in all the money, or ScarJo, in terms of the appeal of this film?
I think I'm going to quite confidently say that Scarlett Johansson is going to be the person that gets a lot of money in from this.
Yeah. So, do you think that her star power will bring fans back? Or do you think that the film, just being a Jurassic World film with dinosaurs, will speak for itself and that's where all the money will come from ultimately? Because obviously, as we say, Dominion and Fallen Kingdom are pretty terrible, but they both made $1 billion because people just want to see dinosaurs eat things.
Yeah. I think... I mean, you go into the mechanics of blockbuster franchises. You can't really ignore that when you're talking about things like Jurassic Park. You would arguably say the hook of it is the dinosaurs, and people will go and see it for dinosaurs, because ultimately it's still like a monster movie in that element. The rewatchability comes from your actors.
Yes.
And again, I mean, I don't want to keep going back to Marvel and that with this, but Chris Pratt was very much chosen because of Star-Lord, and that very much communicated really well with a character, that type of roguish character, in a Jurassic Park film. Scarlett Johansson, action movies, also translates over really well. Really good personality, really good character to have on screen, very massively rewatchable. The two have to come together in blockbuster filmmaking in order to make the billions.
The trailer did give me massive Jurassic Park 3 vibes. Which, to be fair, based on where Jurassic Park is as a franchise, I'll probably take. I don't know if
Jurassic Park 3, that's the one with the birdcage, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's obviously, that for me is where
they have to go. They
from.
go to Isla Sorna, which is Site B, to save a child, because for some reason his stepdad took him there for like a sightseeing trip, and it went very badly wrong. And this is the thing with Jurassic Park, because it has such a place in people's hearts and people love dinosaurs. It could be a very bad film, which it could well be.
Yeah.
And it will. I'm still very confident this film will make at least $800 million.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're a betting man, definitely, because it's got all of the right parts for an $800 million movie.
Yeah.
Whether or not it actually, I mean, now it's more about conversations about what's the race to $1 billion, right? Like the race to 800 is not like a bad movie within a franchise. Batman vs Superman did 800 million, and that was apparently disappointing. So when you're dealing with franchises at this scale and IP at this scale, a failure is anything less than $1 billion.
I will say one thing. I've just looked up the budget for this film. Guess how much it is?
I would say for a Jurassic Park movie, you're not looking at much change out of 200 million.
180 million.
Yeah.
So it should really rake in quite a bit.
It'll wash its face, obviously, if it makes what, 360?
Needs to make roughly 400 to 500 million to make a bit of cash. So yeah,
it'll be making profit probably after about 400, 450. By the time you factor in marketing costs and that as well.
Yeah.
So it'll wash its face,
yes.
you know.
We're now going to move on to Scar. I don't want to keep saying ScarJo, but it's just so much easier than saying Scarlett Johansson. But we're going to talk about her backstory briefly. So Scarlett Johansson was born in 1984 and grew up in New York, and took her first steps into acting in adverts and studying at the Strasbourg Theatre and Film Institute as a child. Do you know who Lee Strasberg is?
I don't know.
He is an iconic film teacher from New York who was there for decades, and he essentially helped nurture people like Pacino, and he was in Godfather Part 2 playing the role of the main villain, because Al Pacino basically said, I want him to be in the film because he's like the reason why I'm here and stuff like that.
Wow.
And he is like basically anyone who was born in like the 1930s to the 50s, Lee Strasberg was like the guy. After appearing as a sketch character on The Late Show with Conan O'Brien, Johansson made her film debut in 1994's North by Rob Reiner. An established career as a child actress soon emerged with appearances in Manny and Lowe, The Horse Whisperer, and Ghost World. Ghost World is a fantastic film, by the way, which I would highly recommend everyone see.
It's okay.
Ghost World?
Yeah, so it's all right.
Excuse me.
It's all right.
Right, we're going to have a falling out in a minute. In 2003, Johansson made her breakthrough as an adult actress in the acclaimed Lost in Translation. A collaboration with Woody Allen soon followed, with Matchpoint, Scoop, and Vicky Cristina Barcelona. Johansson's success continued in the 2000s with a big role in Christopher Nolan's The Prestige. In 2010, Johansson made her first appearance as Natasha Romanoff, also known as Black Widow, in Iron Man 2. She would play the role for more than 10 years, culminating in 2021's Black Widow. During the 2010s, Johansson starred in successful science fiction films such as Her, Under the Skin, and Lucy. In 2019, Johansson was nominated for Oscars in both Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress categories for Marriage Story and Jojo Rabbit, respectively. Scarlett Johansson was the highest paid actress in 2018 and 19, and her films have grossed $14.5 billion at the box office. This makes her the highest grossing actress ever and the second highest grossing film star of all time. Which I suppose goes back to my original question: does her status massively enhance the chances of Jurassic World Rebirth doing well?
That doesn't make her the highest grossing actress of all time.
What do you mean?
Zoe Saldana is the highest grossing actress of all time.
No.
Yeah. Zoe Saldana's in the Avatar movies.
Yeah.
A lot more
Yeah,
than
but
Scarlett
she's
Johansson's
in
made.
2, where Scarlett Johansson has been in like 15 Marvel films.
No,
that have grossed like $1 billion.
no. Zoe Saldana is the highest grossing actor. Has been in the films that have earned the highest grossing movies of all time.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson. It does make sense. Like, she's been in like 12 Marvel films that would have made nearly $1 billion. Zoe Saldana is $200 million behind her.
Oh yeah, she lost the title. She had that for a long time. Because Saldana's been in, like, literally every franchise.
Yeah, but she's not really been consistently in a franchise.
She's not been consistently in a franchise that... Well, no, but she's done...
She's in both Avatar films that's like, what, $4 billion? Which is hilarious. And then you've got the first Pirates.
Yeah.
So that's nearly $5 billion. And then after that, what is there?
Every Marvel movie that has a Guardians of the Galaxy.
She's not in that many. She's in the
three Guardians
movies.
Guardians and Infinity War, Endgame, which are the two highest grossing. Everything else falls by the wayside.
Well, not really. Yeah, like, the average Marvel film made a lot of money.
Well, yeah, but when Endgame is $2 billion at the box office, you need a lot of Ant-Mans.
Scarlett Johansson's also in that, so she's basically she's basically equally.
Well, that's
Saldana.
what I mean. It was Saldana. Well, yeah, I mean, we can edit that out now anyway. we don't need any of this bit in.
I don't even know where we were. Hang on. So, reflecting on the previous films, what would you say is her golden era?
I don't think she necessarily has a golden era. I think she's just very consistent. I was thinking about this the other day, like, in terms of like what's good and what's bad. She's been in a lot of films that have been feted at the award seasons. She's been in so many like good tentpole movies. But she's also very much a franchise actor.
Yeah, she's absolutely mastered the independent and franchise. I don't even know what you would call it, like acting group.
Yeah.
Like, how many people have done like 3 or 4 films with Woody Allen, and then also been like in massive blockbuster billionaire movies?
Oh yeah, like the range is insane.
Have you seen Matchpoint?
I've seen Matchpoint. I really like Matchpoint.
Loved it.
Really, really good.
Yeah, that was like twists and turns galore.
Yeah, but Scoop's not that great.
I've not seen Scoop.
Scoop's not that great. I think Scoop's the one she did with Hugh Jackman. That's not as interesting. Match Point is fantastic. Actually, I would consider it an underrated Woody Allen movie.
Oh, massively,
in terms of it's even within a genre that he doesn't normally dabble in as well. So all of those things combined, I thought it's such a sharp movie. Vicky Cristina Barcelona is really good. That led to an Oscar win for Cruise. She won an Oscar for that one. So yeah, I mean, she's done. I mean, you're talking about like who she's worked with, and you know. You don't do things like Lost in Translation and that if you're just a blockbuster actor, right? Like, so I think she's got her head on her shoulders with that. I can very much see her moving into director or producer role.
She has. She's directed her first film this year.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it's going to get a wide release anytime soon, but it's a film about a very, very old actress who's in her like 90s.
Okay.
So that might come out nearer the awards season.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's entering sort of like into that foray.
Yeah.
But she's done all sorts. Like she's done like Lost in Translation is like a million miles away from like Endgame.
Yeah.
And then you've also got Her, which is an amazing film.
So I find that really interesting. She almost went more indie the more she also got into the franchise as Marvel took off more and more, and that became such a huge franchise. She chose more indie projects to do on the side.
Under the Skin.
Under the Skin. Under the Skin is
amazing.
Insane.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of my favourite movies because it's so weird. And it literally is, let's chuck a very, very pregnant Scarlett Johansson into a cab and just let her drive around Glasgow, randomly talking to people. Like, that legitimately is what they did. And because of it, you had this really surreal, like, alien movie, which is literally an alien movie, and it's such an experience. And yet she does that literally just before The Winter Soldier. I mean, who can do that, right? There's not a lot of people that can do that.
So obviously we spoke a few podcasts ago regarding Natalie Portman and balancing independent film with franchise filmmaking. Do you think that Scarlett Johansson has mastered that more than anyone else?
Yeah, I think, as we were just saying, like in terms of just being able to balance that indie movie with the much more recognisable franchise movie. I mean, she must have been making a mint, but then to just go off and then do something like Under the Skin, Her. She even went off and did Lucy, which is still kind of one of those weird projects that, you know, it's like the equivalent of Keanu Reeves doing like John Wick. Like, there's no...
It's Luc Besson, isn't it?
Yeah. Very odd, like collaborator to work with as well.
That's the thing. She has worked with some of the most acclaimed directors that have been working since the early 2000s.
She's worked with literally everyone.
She's worked with your favourite director, Michael Bay.
Obviously.
In The Island.
Yep.
When are we going to talk about that? When are we going to do a Michael Bay?
I think we're good.
Deep Dive 5.
I could do a deep dive 5 on it. Why not? That makes sense.
She's obviously worked with Woody Allen. She's worked with, my brain's gone to mush now, Christopher Nolan, Taika Waititi.
Yep.
Which I know you've got mixed feelings towards Jojo Rabbit, but I think she's very good in the film.
She's the best part about the film.
And then obviously Marriage Story, which I would herald as her best film, in terms of her performance.
Yeah.
Her and Adam Driver are weirdly one of my favourite couples on screen.
Yep. It genuinely feels like they actually are a couple.
Yeah.
Which I think is one of the... I mean, you have to get a film like that right.
Yeah.
You know? But, yeah, no, I think you're probably right there in terms of performances. I'm just looking down my list at the moment, trying to see if I can find anything equivalent. I'd probably say the only thing that comes close to it, because I'm completely in love with the movie, is Lost in Translation.
Yes. It's insane how young she is in that film.
Stupidly.
She's like 17, isn't she?
Yeah. Apparently she turned 18 while filming it, I think. Which is
funny, that is the film that basically made her a household name.
Yeah. But it is amazing, like the amount of like genuinely good movies that she's been in, or movies that have been vetted for awards. So I'd like a quick list as I was going down, and I was like, right, fair enough. It's worth noting, you mentioned at the very beginning, when she was nominated for 2 movies in the same year. So she was nominated for both Best Actress and Supporting Actress. The thing that I find absolutely fascinating about that is she joins a very unique club now. There's not a lot of actors that have done that. So you're looking at like Sigourney Weaver, Emma Thompson, Al Pacino, who else we got? Julianne Moore, Holly Hunter. So there's quite a lot of people that are joined that. Well, there's not a lot, but like it's a very kind of quite a unique
nice
group
club
to be a part of. But the thing that I find amazing about it is that took until 2019, 2020 Oscars before she got recognised for that. Before that, the films that she's been in that have been feted for awards was things like Match Point, The Prestige, Vicky Cristina Barcelona. Her was a massive thing at the time. I remember that having a huge run and a huge push. And she was, I mean, she's famously off the back of her. She wasn't meant to be in it. Originally, her character voice was meant to be Samantha Morton. She was recast like in the editing room essentially. So she was never on set. She just kind of recorded.
She found
all
20 minutes in between all those Marvel films.
Insane, isn't it? Right. And then also Isle of Dogs.
Yeah, she's a Wes Anderson regular now.
Yeah, definitely now. Yeah, she was in Asteroid City, and I think she's in his new one,
Phoenician Scheme.
Yeah, so
which I have not seen. We need
to
do a Wes Anderson podcast at some stage because he's a very interesting filmmaker.
He's also quite a prolific filmmaker. He actually makes much more now than he used to.
Well, his career has sort of like The Grand Budapest Hotel was such a brilliant film that I feel like everything since then has just basically been in the shadow of that.
Yeah.
I feel like he needs to completely redo his style, but that's a story for another day.
He's never going to redo his style. He's never going to redo that. His style will be his thing, but he needs something that is more mass market.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, in terms of a career, we've done a few episodes of this now. This is episode 8, right, of the Deep Dive 5. I actually think she might be one of the most successful, and considering that we have directors, actors, everyone combined into this, there's no one off limits for this. She might be the most successful movie person that we've spoken about so far. Because when I look down at a list, her midpoint failures, her like mid movies, are still well known. So even if you look at things like The Other Boleyn Girl, Black Dahlia, like these are all movies that have kind of got cult success off the back of it too. So even in the stuff that doesn't do that well, she is still relatively well known for.
Yeah.
And so to tie that back to what one of your first questions was, is like, is she actually, what's her value to a franchise like Jurassic Park? I think her value is good, but you have to look at it, as I said, within like the frame of blockbuster filmmaking, is that her star power is to drive bums on seats to films. So she's only ever going to be additive to the overall package of Dinosaurs, but she's a bloody good person to add to that because of that bums on seats.
It's almost the perfect sort of blend.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I think
the amazing thing with her career, and as I say, she's had one of the most amazing 20 odd years in film.
Yeah,
she's only 40.
Oh, it's mad.
Like she could be doing this for another half a century easily.
And I think we will see more stuff out of
Yeah.
her. But as I say, I also think we'll see her transition over into behind camera stuff.
Yeah.
We've started to see that with Elizabeth Banks. She's doing that a lot more. She's spent a lot of time in front of camera. She's now moved behind camera.
Let's hope she does better than Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, I know, but she's still been offered those opportunities to go and do those things, which I think is still a big thing, regardless of whether or not they're failures or successes, to have those opportunities of a star of that power.
Yeah.
But now we're also seeing it with Reese Witherspoon. There's a lot of actors or actresses that are moving into those behind-the-scenes roles, which I think is ultimately
Bryce Dallas Howard, as we mentioned earlier.
Bryce Dallas Howard. And so that's, there's not... I can't see that being a bad thing. I think, though, I would miss Scarlett Johansson as a screen presence.
Yeah.
More so than those other guys, like Elizabeth Banks, Reese Witherspoon. I'd miss Scarlett Johansson more.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that I wouldn't want to see more things from her.
Yeah. Let me just look up that film, her directorial debut, and whether it's going to get a wide release. Because I imagine whoever helped made that film, the marketing will be quite big because Scarlett Johansson is such a big name in Hollywood and everything.
But at the same time, she's also such a big star.
Eleanor the Great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But she's also such a big star though that she doesn't want something to take away from that star.
Yeah.
So you do, there are some actors, for instance, that take on the directing role, and Natalie Portman, for instance, would be the Natalie Portman episode. She's directed stuff, but it kind of remained under the radar because it wasn't probably going to be this phenomenal success. It was just, let's give her a camera and see what she can do. And so I think you've always got that to balance as well. It's just, this is more industry conversation than I think actor conversation. But it's interesting to take that in mind, have a think about it for a minute, because you think if she does move into those roles, hopefully she's offered those opportunities, but hopefully she excels in those. Because if she ends up a bit like Sophia Coppola, Catherine Bigelow, or anything like that, actually being able to kind of helm and shape things which are genuinely fantastic, then, I mean, we've seen it also with Greta Gerwig recently and stuff like that. You're getting those voices in cinema, female voices in cinema, which are actually having an impact. If Scarlett Johansson can kind of be directed into that role too, or move into those roles, more power to her. You know, she's got time. She's 40.
I mean, this obviously goes into sort of the part of the Deep Dive 5 we talk about their future, but I can't really see it not being behind the camera. I do agree.
No.
But I mean, there's so many roles that she can do, like in the future. In terms of franchises, that's sort of an interesting thing. She's obviously doing Jurassic World, but I can't really see. I don't know. I mean, will she ever return to the MCU in any kind of capacity? I was kind of surprised that there wasn't anything really from Thunderbolts.
Well, no. I mean, she massively fell out with this Marvel, didn't she?
Yeah.
With the way that with the rollout of Black Widow, the standalone movie. She fell out massively with them. She actually had her credit taken off of Thunderbolts. So whether or not that still alludes to what the relationship is like between them, it's hard to assume. We don't know the story. But I would be surprised if she does. She doesn't need to. Right? Like, it's a weird thing now. Like, there's a lot of stars. We were speaking about it in the Natalie Portman one as well, to kind of throw back to another episode. She doesn't need to. Like, ultimately, she's done the blockbuster franchise. She's been paid the money for the blockbuster franchise, which offers her the opportunity to then do things with that money that is more creative, or gives her more of a reaction. In theory, and I suppose in a weird way, that's why I was surprised to see her cast in Jurassic Rebirth, whatever it is, because she doesn't need this. She really doesn't need it. Like, the success that she's had off the back of this, Chris Pratt needed this.
Yes,
but Scarlett Johansson doesn't need this. It's not to say that I don't want to see her in it. Actually, when I see it in there, I'm like, yes, kind of a perfect fit.
It does make a lot of sense. Yeah.
But I'm like, you don't need to do it. So in a weird way, that makes me more excited for me to see this, because there's something more than money driving that decision then.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, I find it intriguing.
What kind of dinosaurs would you hope that she will, like, dismember?
I think it's more surviving, isn't it, rather than dismember. Does anyone really watch it to see a dinosaur get shot? Or do you watch it more to see the dinosaurs destroy dumb humans? That's what I watch it for. Like, is there not like a little part of you that whenever you see it, you kind of want the raptors to kind of fry up the kids in the first Jurassic Park?
I watch these films to see them get auctioned off by Rafe Spall.
I want to see like a really, really dark eBay. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing this for.
I don't know. I'm very intrigued. I'm excited to see what she can do in this new film, because I do think she'll bring a lot of authenticity to like that kind of role, because she's essentially, based on the trailers, is the experienced leader of this group going to I don't even know what island it is. I don't know whether it's Isla Sorna, because obviously Isla Nublar was destroyed in Fallen Kingdom in the most like horrific way possible, and I think she's also. Has she brought her daughter? So there's like a lot of like motherly aspects of her character. I'm basing this entirely on the trailer.
Oh, I have no idea. I think I've watched one trailer, so I don't even think I've seen any of that stuff in it.
The film, it does feel like a weird hybrid of Jurassic Park 3 and Aliens.
Okay.
So
see what happens.
Weirdly, I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
And the fact that Gareth Edwards is directing it, and he's like a massive dork for previous franchises.
You know what? Just to interrupt you on that thought as well. I think the one thing that you and I can say about this after this discussion is we're more excited for this than I thought we were going to be.
Well, I've always been kind of excited because of the people making it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean when I say like the Universal have done a very good job of Jurassic World Dominion made us a lot of money, but is shit.
Yeah.
So how can we get people back on side? Oh, Gareth Edwards, he's a very popular franchise director.
Monster franchise.
Monster director. And then you've also got Scarlett Johansson, is one of the most famous actresses in the world. And then you've also got, we'll bring back the writer from the first two Jurassic Park films, who, by the way, is it David Cope or David Coet?
I've absolutely no idea.
He's in an amazing run of form. Like, he's already written 2 films this year that have done very well critically.
What did he do?
Oh, God, don't. He did Black Bag and he did Possession,
okay.
I think it's called. Hang on. Soderbergh film. Let me look it up. But he's one of the most famous screenwriters, authors of the last 30 years. He did this year Presents, Black Bag, Jurassic World, and he's got another film called Cold Storage.
Blimey, all in 1 year.
So yeah, he is prolific, and he's also writing Spielberg's next film.
As you do.
As you do. So
No
yeah,
pressure.
the film's got a lot going for it. I don't think it's going to be a critical darling, but I think people.
It's a bums on seat.
It's going to be an Alien Romulus of Jurassic Park, isn't it? It's just going to be everything we knew and like, and it's going to be silly and you don't.
Just Alien Romulus wasn't very good. Like that just fell apart.
Oh no, I like Alien Romulus.
No.
Yeah, we'll talk about that again one day when we do our Fede Alvarez deep dive 5.
So what do you reckon then? Do you reckon then, looking at Scarlett Johansson, what she's doing,
on paper, it's got everything
do you
you
think,
want.
based on Scarlett Johansson alone, that this is enough to recommend our listeners to see Jurassic Rebirth, the second of the first of whatever it's called, rebirthing of the masses?
If I'm speaking for the masses, I would say that
of dinosaurs, by the way,
of dinosaurs, and
if I'm speaking on behalf of the dinosaurs
and the humans. Scarlett Johansson is the perfect vehicle for this kind of film because of the credit she has built up over the last 15 years of franchise filmmaking. And I feel like everyone loves her anyway. She's like basically like adored by most people. And because not only is she a very good actress, she has like that presence.
Yeah.
So I think it will be a success. Whether, again, it will be a critical darling is interesting because obviously it has all this history of 32 years of Jurassic Park films. But the thing that it does have going for it is the fact that the previous 2 films are shit. So, really, it's like the perfect film, really.
It's a silver lining movie.
Yeah.
That's essentially what we're saying.
Again,
is that we had to go through the dregs of the last 8 years of Jurassic Park
it's
sequels.
like Prey, for example. It's like the previous 4 Predator films weren't particularly good. So with this film, you can do a clean slate and have a female lead as like a warrior.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if it works, it works, and that film worked perfectly. Yeah. So I'm hoping it will be a similar trait with Jurassic Park 5.
Oh, I'm excited now. Oddly now, after this conversation, I'm more excited to go and see this.
Oh, good.
So yeah. I think
cool,
it'll be
excellent. I feel like at that point we should probably end the podcast.
Let's wrap things up.
So thank you for tuning into the latest episode of the Deep Dive 5. We want to hear your opinions on the career of Scarlett Johansson. What would you consider her career highlight? Do you find that the MCU era was her best era? Do you prefer her more independent films? Do you like the Woody Allen era?
Did you like Ghost World?
Did you like Ghost World? That's very important. And most importantly, do you think Michael Bay and Scarlett Johansson should team up again for The Island 2?
Transformers Reformed.
No,
although she was in a
Rebirth.
Transformers movie, so
was she?
She's in the latest animated one.
Oh, is she?
With Chris Hemsworth, yeah. She was like, that is literally, I think, like, what is that? Transformers.
Isn't that just called Transformers?
No, it's not. It's called
Transformers Rebirth.
Some bollocks like that, yeah.
Okay. If you would like to get more out of The Real Project, you can find us on Spotify. Goodbye, and we'll see you soon.
See you later.
Do we do like a dinosaur, like, roar? We didn't do any puns.
What should we say? Stegosaurus.
Right, see you soon.
See ya.